and winter is coming.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
For the watch.
Now, if you ask me, I think we should elect a politician that brings back trial by combat. I think trial by combat is the best way to settle things, personally.
Especially in this violent world of Westeros.
Oh, and
Essos.
our violent world. I mean,
Yeah.
this is just a perfect way to settle all disputes. I mean, personally, I feel trial by combat should definitely come back.
Each party picks one champion, and we'll let.
That passed to Congress. They go through Congress like a bullet.
I think it
Easy.
may get vetoed though.
No. Mm-mm. No way.
All right, welcome.
There's no way. It's happening. I'm voting for it. We need legislation right now. We need to make trial combat again.
Trial by
Combat again. So we're talking about No One. It's Game of Thrones season 6, episode 7. This is an episode review. Welcome to Masters After
It was
Hour.
episode 8 actually.
Is that what I say? 7?
You said 7.
Well, I meant 8, so whatever. We're here to talk about it. Bob's with me.
Hello.
I'm the guy named Sean. We
true.
do this every week. You should, whatever. And spoilers. I'm just gonna say that right now. Spoilers, everything.
Yep.
We're spoiling everything.
Every episode of this show.
Every
spoilers.
single episode of the show. I'll give you a second to go away.
Just tune out or
Yeah.
tune in.
No, tune out. Go watch the episode. We'll wait for you.
All right, we waited long enough. Let's go.
Welcome back. All right. So here we're gonna talk about the episode. I'm gonna start off. Why wait any longer? We're gonna start off Bob in Marine.
Okay.
I always
the episodes.
forget how to spell out Marine.
Meereen.
Got it. So we start off in Marine with Varys ditching.
Well, we don't start off, but like
That's where we start off. Yes.
that's where we start off in
Varys
Marine.
ditches. That's what I'm saying. We start in Marine. That's where we start.
Yeah, but that's not where the episode
I
starts.
don't give a
it doesn't.
fuck where the episode starts. This is what, like our 8th episode review.
True.
Like
sometimes we follow where the
we
episode
never
goes.
do. We never do.
We've done it like
no.
once.
I purposefully make sure we do not. I always never do. Trust me. Fuck you, Bob. All right.
I'm pretty
This
sure
is
it's happened at least
canceled.
once.
We're canceling the show. I can't believe you, Bob. All right. Get out of here. No, but we always do this. We go plot the plot.
Yes.
I usually pick the plots that that the least shit happens to most. It's usually what I try to do. But whatever. We're in Marine. Who cares? Whatever. We're in Marine. And the first scene we see in Marine, Varys is leaving.
Yes.
He doesn't really give a direct answer to where he's going to, but he kind of is like, well, he kind of like strongly hints that he's going back to Westeros, we believe, to, rally people for Daenerys because people in Westeros really don't even know she exists that well. People obviously some people in King's Landing, I'm sure like the Hand of the King.
Yeah,
Kevin,
the small council's all.
the small council.
council's all aware of it.
Yeah, of where that what's going on. But I mean, the common people really don't even know her, and it took a lot to get the common people Marine to get on her side. So Varys is like, well, we need to go there and do that. So Varys is like, bye bye, and Tyrion's like, bye bye. And that's really about it. And I was kind of like, oh no, Varys, don't go, because I love
the
him.
the Varys and Tyrion dynamic is amazing.
Yeah,
every
so-
time they're on screen together, I love it.
Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna see Varys for a while.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
think he's done for the season.
Oh, easily. I don't think we're gonna see him we might even see him next season. I think he might not come back like near the end of the
I
series.
think we'll see him next season.
I don't think
But
so.
I
I don't
he's done
think
this
so.
season.
I think he's gonna be gone for a long time. Like I'm thinking like at least like 8 episodes of No Varys now. Because he doesn't know nothing really. But whatever. What did you think of this short little scene?
It showed that the time that Tyrion and Varys had spent together, it was kind of like an emotional departure. Like you could see Tyrion like trying not to be emotional about it. So it was good to see that kind of dynamic happening in the show when a lot of times that doesn't.
I mean, I guess.
A lot of times people are just like hard asses about everything.
I guess. I don't know. I felt like the best departure was with Brienne and Jaime.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that later, I guess, in season 4. But whatever. I thought the scene was all right. It was cool. Whatever. I don't know. It was like Varys was leaving. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna leave before Daenerys would come. Whenever she would come, I knew he was gonna leave because I just figured like I feel like she wouldn't like him. They wouldn't get along considering he kind of like was the reason she was being hunted in season 1.
Yeah.
He was the spider, and she was trying to,
Mm-hmm.
get away from him. So I don't think that. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to explain that. I don't know. I felt like Varys and Daenerys wouldn't fit well on screen, so that's why they got them out of there. But whatever. Anyway, so another scene we have later in the episode is with Tyrion, Grey Worm, and Missandei. They're telling jokes with each other, just hanging out.
Then
That's really all I have to say. What did you think of this scene? And I put that in quotes.
it was kind of Tyrion finally being able to break through the stone faces of Sunday and Grey Worm.
Yeah.
And get some telling jokes. But then it gets interrupted by something.
We will get to that, yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, let me just say, I hated this, man. I mean, all right, I started liking it, but especially this season, I feel like Game of Thrones is a tough time. Like, sometimes they hang on to stuff too long, and I felt like this Tyrion scene, like, I timed it, it was like almost 5 minutes long.
I think it was fine.
It was not, I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny.
We also had no Tyrion for the past 2 episodes. So
I thought it was kind of funny, but this felt like
maybe Peter Dinklage needed that.
This
screen
felt
time.
very filler, and it was so like obvious that this was used for filler, and I wish they instead of focusing on this did what we're gonna talk about now, Daenerys returning. And god damn did they did a terrible job with that, in my opinion. I knew it was coming as soon as the slaver ship showed up. I'm like, all right, Daenerys is gonna come back. She comes back, and man, they could have made that, like, instead of just walking through the door, I'm like, they could have made that so much better. And I get they have a limited budget, but they could have really done something with the dragons. Like, that would have been really cool.
You just hear like the walking on the roof. Like the chandelier like buckles
from the dragon. Yeah.
And then they look one of the
Unsullied.
One of the Unsullied goes out the door, and then just comes back in, and then Daenerys just walks in, and that's it. So
it was lame. It was so lame. And I felt like that the part with Tyrion bullshitting with Grey Worm and Missandei, all of that time could have been used to make the Daenerys return more epic. I really wish they did. It felt very it reminded me of the final scene from Star Wars Force Awakens with Luke Skywalker just kind of like being there. And just, like, that reminded me of that. She didn't say, it just kind of like shows up like, it's like,
next time.
Yeah. Like I felt like they really could have done the return much better. And
that's a good thing to bring up. That they could have shortened the Tyrion thing.
The Tyrion thing for this, exactly. That's why I felt like they should have shortened it.
Yep.
And I feel like we're not gonna get to see any of the battle. I feel like it's gonna be over next time we go there. They're not gonna go there in the midst of the battle because they're not gonna see him for 2 episodes.
And we could, I guess, in the finale.
Yeah, but I feel like we saw in the background the dragon burning all the ships, Drogon. So they're pretty much done. Yeah, they're fucked.
That's true.
They're fucked. So I mean,
we might just like come back in episode 10 and it shows like the aftermath of the battle.
Yeah,
that's
probably
well, not like burning, like smoldering out.
Or yes, exactly. But I felt like the whole Daenerys thing was pretty poorly done in my opinion. But what did you think of this? I was okay with everything until like the reveal of her returning. Right, because I feel like the show tried to. They didn't like casually bring her back. Like they tried to make it seem epic.
Yeah.
Like they made her come back, and Tyrion's like, "Whoa!" and Grey Worm's like, "Huh?" And I'm like,
and then it's gone.
It was just like they. If they weren't trying to do that, it'd be fine. But you could tell they were trying to do that. And I think they failed trying to make it epic.
Yeah, the execution they pulled off there was not
no,
great.
I didn't really enjoy it. But whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna move on now to King's Landing. We have a little scuffle between the Mountain and the Faith Militant.
Yep.
Faith Militant are summoning Cersei.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to the High Sparrows. They're just like, I ain't leaving this motherfucker to keep. So Mountain, let's do this. Let's fuck these guys up. And they showed this part in the trailer.
Yeah.
And I was looking forward to this part so much. And I mean, I didn't expect a bloodbath. Like I didn't expect like him to kill all of them, but I expected him to kill a little more than one. Like it just felt a little cop-outy, a little bit. When he kind of just killed one, and it was a fucking brutal way to kill him.
Yeah.
But then I was like, "That's it." Like,
it's all right.
You're not gonna give me like 2 more. I was expecting to kill.
I think we're gonna get some of that later in the season.
I don't think so. I think that's it. I think that's all we're gonna get for the Mountain. But whatever. What did you think of this little scene?
I like the brutality of the killing.
Yeah,
like they haven't had like a brutal killing like that in a while on the show.
The Mountain.
Yeah.
Earlier this season, yeah.
Yep. And this kind of ties into the rest of the King's Landing stuff this episode later on.
Yeah.
Where
Well, they show off the mountain.
where
a
it
lot.
starts off by showing off the mountains, like, oh, he's gonna destroy in the trial by combat.
Yeah,
and they
he's
kind of
gonna-
throw a curveball later on.
Yeah. So I thought, I thought the scene was cool, but I really wish the mountain just killed more people because they hyped it up in the trailer,
Yeah.
and I thought this was going to be like a huge, but I don't know, it kind of fell a little flat for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, whatever. Regardless, we move on to another scene with Tommen in the throne room, making an announcement outlawing the trial by combat, which we joked about earlier, and implementing the old way of a trial through
7 septons.
yes, through being judged by 7 septons, which obviously the High Sparrow wants, and
He has declared that the trial will be held on the first day of the Festival of the Mother.
yes,
Which I don't know when that
which
is.
I don't know when that is or what that is. And Loris's and Cersei's trials are happening at the same time.
Yes.
Which is interesting. So I thought the scene was. Oh, and also a little thing to add is that while everyone's leaving, Qyburn's like, Cersei turns to Qyburn and asks him, "Hey, you know that little room we met in, like like episode 2 around there?
Yep.
Do we have any other shit in that room?" And he's like, "Yes,
Yep.
yes we do." And it's like, what's that gonna be? But it's obviously wildfire.
Yeah.
It's clearly wildfire, and which goes into the theory which I subscribe to, which is Cersei's gonna be the Mad Queen, and also the theory that the flashbacks that Bran saw of the wildfire is gonna be Cersei's wildfire.
Oh.
It wasn't Mad King Aerys because he never got to
Yeah,
use the
he never.
wildfire.
The
So-
only wildfire we've seen used is
in Blackwater.
In Blackwater with
Yes.
Tyrion.
And also in season 2, remember when Daenerys has that vision of she's in the throne room and she looks up and like the ceiling's all burned.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch it, like, oh, it's the dragons, but I think it's the wildfire.
Could be the wildfire,
I think
yeah.
it's the wildfire that's gonna fuck shit up. And I didn't think that was gonna happen in season 8, and it might not happen to the last season. They might build up to season 7, but the fact that they mentioned it here is earlier than I thought they would.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna start mentioning it after the trial. Something terrible is gonna happen at the trial, which is gonna happen. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they it's a big it's a festival, so it's gonna Tommen will probably die. Whatever, people are gonna die. People are gonna die there.
And imagine the High Sparrow might die as well as maybe,
I don't think so. I think the High Sparrow's gonna be hanging on to the very end.
maybe Uncle Kevin.
Well, we'll see. Anyway,
It could be huge.
I thought this. I actually enjoyed this scene quite a bit, and that's saying a lot because I don't. That's a sentence I'm not going to say much for the rest of this. But this is a scene that I enjoyed. I thought it was pretty cool how Cersei was like looking at Tommen, and she already knows from the prophecy that he's going to die, so he's basically already dead to her now. Like in her eyes, you can tell that he's dead to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She knows he's gonna die, so she doesn't give a fuck about him, and she is pissed at him. because-
Especially after the outlawing of the trial by combat.
yeah. So just another reason to be pissed at Tommen.
Yeah.
That's about it of these scenes. I expected more of King's Landing in this episode, but I was all right.
I enjoyed what we got, like especially how like it showed off the mountain's
suppose.
strength early on, and then they were like, and then Tom
Yeah.
was like, that's not gonna matter.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. We only have a few more. Actually, we only have 3 more plots, but I think
Couple of big ones.
I think these ones we're going to talk about a lot, especially 2 of them. We're going to
Yeah.
run on to River Run. So we get a scene where Brienne and Jaime meet again.
Hey, but better than the Brianna Jamie reunion is the Podrick and Braun reunion.
Yeah,
That was pretty
I don't know. That fell a little flat for me. It felt like it went on a little too long. I don't know.
I liked it.
I feel like we can skip that just for now because of how.
I brought it up right there as kind of a joke, but I didn't like it.
Oh yeah, it was all right. I thought it was cool at first, but I thought it was cool. But then I think just like the Tyrion stuff, it went on for a little too long. Like they could have cut it like a minute shorter than it was. It was like 2.5 minutes. They could have made it like a
Maybe if
minute.
they had replaced it with something that we didn't see later on, that would have been good. If they cut a little bit of it, but
Oh well, I guess. Anyway, yeah. So Brienne and Jaime meet again, which is a reunion since season 4. Last time they saw each other was in season 4 when Jaime sends her on her way, which I thought was a very emotional scene.
Yes.
So whenever I see these 2 together, there's always like an emotional aspect to it. But I felt that was the thing that was lacking here most.
yeah.
Besides one little part that I didn't like.
Yeah.
But so Brienne and Jaime talking, and they kind of like, oh, we're here, we're meeting again, but we're on the other side, we're on opposite sides. You know what I mean? We're fighting against each other. But I didn't feel the emotion of like these 2 like really caring about each other, except for when Bran goes to give back the sword to Jaime, and Jaime's like, "You keep it." I thought that was kind of a nice little dingy.
Yeah, there were like I think there were like 2 little spots where I saw the emotion. It was that part where she goes to give back the sword, and also when she says that she's honor bound to have to kill him.
Yeah.
So those were the 2 like really
Yeah,
emotional
yeah,
spots.
but even that, like, even that, like, compared to how they were in season 3 and season 4, these are actually, I think my favorite plot in season 3 might be this plot, and these two together are my favorite. Some of my favorite like pairs. Like, they work so well together. And I just felt like, I don't know what it was, but something of that was lacking here. There was something where I was watching and I just didn't feel the emotion anymore. I don't know what it was. I couldn't really tell. I don't know. It might have just been the writing, personally. But I don't know. Regardless, we get a nice scene a little later on when Jaime meets Edmure. Mm-hmm.
Newsgard meets Edmure? Huh? Oh, no. Jaime meets Edmure.
Jaime meets Edmure.
I was thinking Black... I'm right.
Yeah, Jaime meets Edmure. Has a nice little conversation with Edmure, which this went on for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I
did like this scene.
I did like the scene too. And I thought that the 5 minute, like how long it was actually appropriate.
Yeah.
So they kept talking a lot. And basically, what the conversation boiled down to was Jaime being like, I'm here to, like, have you, you know what I mean, surrender. Yeah. Like, I need you to go in there, get him out of there, or I will literally take you and your child and your wife and catapult you onto the castle.
Yeah.
Which is a classic Jaime move.
Yes.
It's like season 1 Jaime. And there's this nice little conversation. And also, I'm just going to put like an asterisk right here that we're going to go back to later. He mentions Lady Catelyn like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And now that was making my ears move, but we'll get back to that later. But what do you think of this nice little encounter between Jaime and Edmure?
It was good. It was kind of like, I like the parts where Edmure was like, "Do you think I care?" And Jaime was like, "You're my prisoner. It doesn't matter if you care or not."
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and we also see like the roles reversed from season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But Jaime was the prisoner. Yep. And they obviously played with that. Yeah, I thought the scene was pretty good.
And Jaime mentioned too, like, said to Edmure that, like, his entire driving force, like, he will do anything he can to get back to Cersei.
Yeah, yeah. I thought the scene was it was good. I mean, it was all right. I thought it was a good.
In my opinion, it was probably the best scene of this storyline. This episode.
Absolutely, best plot of this storyline, easily.
Yes.
Of this episode, yeah. Whatever, nice little conversation there, and then we're gonna move on to the Blackfish. We have a nice little encounter where Brienne's like, "Hey, Sansa needs you," and he's like, "Nah." And she's like, "Sansa needs you," and he's like, "Nah." And he's like, "Get out of here, girl." And that's about it. He's like, "Nah." Because he's the Blackfish and he's stubborn.
Yep.
And then Edmure comes into the castle. They let Edmure in because he's technically speaking the Lord of Riverrun and this whole complication thing. And Edmure's like, whatever, blah 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 blah. To everyone, just open the gates. Let the Lannisters, and Blackfish is given a chance to flee with Brienne, and he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna go out fighting." And we don't see any of it. And then Brienne leaves, and Jaime waves to her, and that's it. Sean, can I get? I'm talking to editor Sean now. Yep. Hey Sean, can I just put in a sound of a glass, like a cup? I don't know what you call it, like a glass that you drink out of hitting the floor.
And then add some sad tuba afterward.
Yes, do both of that. That's what I think of this plot.
Yep.
That's what I think of this how they dropped the ball or glass in this case for this plot. Like like this was only 2 fucking episodes. The thing I was looking forward to the most was only 2 shitty. The first one was good, but this was terrible. This was garbage, and they just.
So I want to start off by saying my part because you seem like you have a lot to say about this.
Fucking have a lot to say.
So my part is like, the whole thing the past couple episodes has been okay until like the ending of it, in my opinion. Like the whole setup of the whole setup of the whole thing was fine.
Yes.
But the ending where it's just like Blackfish is like, "I'm gonna go down fighting," and then
which is definitely a Blackfish thing.
Yeah, but and then there's just a random Lannister soldier who's telling Jaime that Blackfish died fighting up on the battlements.
Yeah,
and then Jaime's just like, "Oh look, it's Brienne and Podge."
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Not even that. Just like just a lot of this. I mean, I felt like they would never open their gates to Edmure, and even so, like the show just I feel like didn't have any ideas, so they just did this. Like that castle with the drawbridge up is like an island, so it would have been so cool for them to like try to siege that.
Yeah.
That they were gonna do that, and I was thinking that was gonna happen like near the beginning of next season. I was expecting that to happen, but they just totally just ended it here, because they want to end it for the season ends. And God, they just didn't need to do that. Like they didn't need to end it here. They could have kept it going. In the books, it goes on for like 2 books. They could have kept this going. Regardless, I think this was god awful, and I mean that. Like, I think this was terrible, like absolute garbage. And I felt like I don't know what they were thinking, but I don't.
I agree that those I think couple scenes were just terrible.
Yeah, it was just.
And I am generally okay with things.
I mean, I thought the Brienne leaving with Jaime was all right, but just the whole how that ended, like really, like that's how it ends.
Yeah.
Like I'm just mad.
Yeah.
I'm just mad. In the universe, whatever, it makes sense, but from a show writing perspective, it just kind of feels like lazy writing. To me, personally. So I'm very upset that how they ended that plot this season went, and that's gonna be a common theme because this is episode 8. In episode 8, we'll talk about this later. We'll talk about this when we go over the whole episode. So let's go to the Riverlands really quick. We have a nice scene with the Hound.
Yes.
Going after the Brotherhood, and he meets up with these couple peeps talking shit, and he just utterly destroys all of them.
Yep.
With an axe, kills them all.
That was a hilarious scene.
Yeah, it was great, and I thought it was pretty funny, and it was pretty cool. Some of the editing felt a little weird.
And I especially like the way he killed the last guy, where it was just like, "What are your last?" He's like, "Which way did the fucker with the yellow cape go?"
Yeah.
And then the guy was just like, "Fuck you," and then that was like, "Are those really gonna be the last 2 words?" And then it was just like, "Cunt," and then
just killed him.
"You're shit at dying," and they killed him.
Yeah.
That was so good.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I enjoy the Hound. And I love the best part of this plot is the Hound.
Yes.
And the other stuff around it is, I think, a little rough, but we're gonna get to that right now. He meets up with Beric and Thoros again. They just got thrown in there. It was really cool to see him again.
I like the little shot when because they were on a road. They had the 3 people who had killed the people at the Sept.
Yep.
With nooses, but when it first started the shot, you just saw the Hound walking up the road, and you saw the yellow cape of the guy, and you didn't see the nooses at first.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like, as the Hound was approaching, it kind of like zoomed out a little bit, and you saw the nooses.
Yeah.
And then it like cut, and there was Beric and Thoros. And it was really good.
It was cool to see Beric and Thoros again. But I'm going to talk about why I'm disappointed in a sec. But something I didn't also like is, so basically what happens in the scene is Beric and Thoros, without going over it shot by shot, I'm just going to sum up really quick. They kill the traitors.
Yeah.
And they ask the Hound, hey, come up north with us, because shit's going down up there, and, the Red God needs our help.
Yeah.
That's basically it. And let me talk about what I'm disappointed in. So first of all, I feel like there's another case of lazy writing here. When we saw last time that the Brotherhood was fucking shit up, I was expecting, like, an inner conflict within the Brotherhood.
But it was just these 3 guys.
Just these 3 guys, which is stupid. Which is dumb, honestly. It really is stupid. And I thought what they were going to do is, I really thought a lot of people were suspecting this of Lady Stoneheart to be a case in this. But as soon as
it's kind
of which is fine. We don't need her. Which is fine.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid, but like I like the Brotherhood, so I'm happy with this.
Listen. Listen. All right, so we have whatever that bullshit. The Lady Stoneheart doesn't need to be in here. I really want her to be in here, but as soon as I saw Beric alive, it's like, well, she's not here. That's fine. As soon as I saw him without Lady Stoneheart, she's not there. Whatever. But it just felt like last episode they were building up that the Brotherhood are now just dicks. And it was like, whoa, like that's a huge change than what we know them as.
Yeah, that would have been.
But the fact it was just it would have been great if it was like an inner conflict within the Brotherhood, and that's what I was expecting. I was expecting some weird shit to happen, but it just felt very because the Brotherhood plot in season 3 was so weird, and this thing was so weird. But this just felt like, these guys are traitors. Come on with us to the north. It's like should have made it so weirder. They shouldn't have made it like so bizarre. I love that weird shit. And Thoros of Mir, I mean, you can revive people, so that's a weird plot, and they just didn't go any weirdness with it. Just did a normal thing. It's like, these guys are traitors. Let's get rid of them. See? And it was like, that's it. That's all you got for me. You can't give me anything else. You can't give me You can't give me something clever. You gotta give me this. That's it.
I'm fine with it.
No, I'm not fine with it.
I am.
I'm glad.
I like the Brotherhood.
So do I. I'm glad they're back. But goddamn, they could have. I'm glad they could have had them come back and had an actual like thing going on instead of just being like, hey, they're here now. They're here, and it's like, yes, okay. Like, God.
I mean, they just have the little thing.
No.
With the traitors, but like,
no. Three peeps. Come on. They need to make that shit weird. This is boring. It just felt very boring. And that the Brotherhood shit is awesome. And especially in season 3, it's so weird and bizarre. And I was expecting them to keep that going, but they didn't.
I'm fine with it.
It's fucking stupid. I felt like that's the big thing with this episode is like Like last episode, they built it up so well. In this episode, they just did not. They could not deliver it. They just dropped. Put another sound of the glass dropping.
And it's that tuba.
That's it. That's this plot too.
I don't agree.
Yeah, fuck you.
I think it's just okay. I think it's kind of like
No.
I think.
Well, I
I
mean,
think it would be better if it was. I think to do another sound effect, it would be like the glass falling on the ground and just like clunking on the ground and not breaking.
Oh.
Like it could have been better, but it wasn't bad.
No, it was
It's kind of why.
it was pretty weak. It was pretty weak, I think. Anyway, we're gonna move on to our final plot, and God, all right, you're gonna have to let me take control here for a little bit. All right, so we have Arya and Bravos. We have a nice little scene with the episode actually opens up with this, with Arya and Lady Crane meeting up. Makes sense. Lady Crane's the only one that Arya knows and that isn't trying to kill her. And Bravos, so they meet up, and Lady Crane's like, I'll just hang out with you. She stitches up, they talk a little bit, gives her milk of the puppy. And I actually enjoyed this scene. I know, right? Enjoying an Arya scene, that never happens. I actually enjoyed this little interaction. I'm like, it's cool. She felt like a mother to Arya, and that's something Arya would never. She's been without the whole show, really.
Yeah.
So I mean, it did feel good to see her interact with her like as a mother figure, and we never even seen really Lady Catelyn be a mother figure to Arya, though she is, but we never really see it in the show.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool to see, and I enjoyed it, and they had a little nice conversation, and that was at the very beginning of the episode, and we don't come back to the very end of the episode, where Lady Crane is killed by the waif in a pretty fucking awesome way, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Where the waif like I guess puts her in a chair almost, like
Well, she was standing on.
sticks a chair through. Where she was standing on.
Yeah, she was standing on like a chair to get
a potion.
Yeah, to get a potion from like the top shelf or something.
Yeah.
And like you don't see what happens, but then like Arya goes out into the room and she's just like mangled on top of the chair.
Yeah, it's a great scene, a great way to kill this motherfucker. So we have a chase scene. Arya's like, I'm getting the hell out of here. So she runs away from the waif. We have a kind of a little chase scene going on, and then. Near the end of the chase scene, a scene that I really like during the chase scene was when she's rolling down the stairs.
There's a bunch of fruit there as well. Like they all just keep rolling.
Fruit,
it just keeps going.
The fruit is rolling, and I also like one shot where it shows the orange roll into blood, which shows that her wound opened back up. Mm-hmm. So we see Arya's wound open back up, which I thought was pretty cool. And she leaves the blood trail for the waif to follow her. The waif follows her into a little hideout where Arya has Needle. And the waif's like, hey, you're not gonna kill me, you know that, right? And she cuts out the candle with a very nice shot where she cuts the candle in half and the light goes out. And then we cut to Jaqen hanging out and
House of Black and White.
House of Black and White, and he sees a little blood trail, follows the blood trail to the face of the waif on the thing. Arya's hanging there like, hey, fuck that bitch, and I know you sent her to kill me. And he's like,
oh, a girl has finally become no one.
And she's like, no, I'm Arya Stark of Winterfell. I'm leaving. Bye-bye. And she leaves. So let me give my thoughts on this. It was fucking stupid. All right, it was dumb. I hated it. I hated it so much. And it started off so good with Lady Crane stuff, and the chase scene was pretty cool. There was some part of the chase scene that I thought was better than other. I liked the part when the waif is running on the wall and jumps down.
Yeah.
Like, the chase scene was pretty cool. All right, I'll give it that. But really, that's it. It's just she's just like, oh, the waif's killed and now I'm going back home. Like, you fucking wasted 2 seasons of a show. Fuck you, Arya Stark. I hate you. God, it was dumb. Not Arya Stark. The people who wrote this shit. It's stupid, and I hate it.
Those waveforms are pretty crazy.
Huh?
Those waveforms are pretty
Well,
crazy.
you know what? I'm actually upset because this was such a... Put in the glass in the horn, tuba, whatever the fuck. Put it in again. Thank you, Sean. Thank you very much.
You're making this a little hard for yourself to edit.
Whatever, man. I'll just use the same sound effect every time.
It's true. Just copy paste.
Yeah,
copy, paste.
pretty much. But really, like, this started off so good. I was like, oh, I was happy. Nope, she's going back home, which I expected, but what came out of this? What this felt like to me was that the showrunners were like, oh, Arya gets set the Bravos in the books, so let's do that. So they do what happened to her in the books, and then after that, they don't know what to do. So they're like, we'll do whatever we want. So let me just like go over what happened with Arya and Braavos. Ready? I'm gonna do this. Ready? And as quick as I can. So in season 5, Arya arrives in Braavos. She's hanging out. She meets Jack and Hagar, and she kind of just goes through a bunch of tests. Very mental tests. Nothing really too physical. And then eventually she gets put to test to kill someone. She fails to kill someone by killing Marion Trent, embracing her old self, which is really cool. I like that. She becomes blind, and I'm like, cool. This is getting somewhere. I like this. I like that they're punishing her for not becoming no one, and they're really actually putting a test to her. She's blind now. She's on the streets. Oh, never mind. She's not on the streets anymore. Oh, wait. Did we say she was blind? We were just kidding. She's not blind anymore. Oh, so she's no one now. Oh, wait, no. She's not no one. She's not no one. She got her sight back because she's no one, but who cares? She's someone now. She's Arya Stark, and she's doing this stuff, and it's great. She's never going to leave. Oh, wait, never mind. She's leaving. That's Arya Stark. That's Arya Stark for 2 seasons. Like, I felt like I didn't really like it in season 5, but at least it was going somewhere. At least, like, I'm like, all right, this is going somewhere. And then they just kind of, like, kept, like, backstepping. Like, oh, she's this. No, she's this. Oh, she's this. Now, like, they couldn't get solid ground, and fuck. Just pissed.
It's fun watching you rap about Arya Stark.
It's dumb. It's stupid. And I'm glad she's going back to Westeros, because get the fuck out of Braavos. They probably realize that the Braavos plot is terrible, and it is. So probably like, we need to get her out of here this season. But I mean, I wouldn't have minded it if they did shit with it. You know what I mean? They didn't show her any struggle in the streets. They didn't show any struggle with blindness. The blindness felt like nothing. The blindness just felt like something that was there for like 3 episodes, and then that's it. Like, there was nothing to it. And that's just, they didn't have any ideas. They couldn't think of anything to do. So they were just like, let's just do a bunch of shit. And whatever. There were some good scenes in this season with Arya. Like, the play thing some of that was alright. And they had the Lady Crane stuff, which was cool. And they had her whole being tested and that, which she got her sight back, which was alright. But, God, like, overall, like, they just really, they couldn't think of anything to do. So they just did everything they thought they could do. And they just wasted 2 seasons of Arya Stark, and I'm upset. I'm upset. I really am upset. And that's definitely we're not gonna see Arya Stark for the rest of the season. That was obviously the finale of Arya Stark for this season. Yeah. So we're not gonna see her next season. So that's Arya Stark for the season. Arya Stark for the season was she's a beggar. She's not a beggar. She's blind. She's not blind. She's no one. Oh no, she's not no one.
I think.
There you go. How much you pay for HBO a month? Get rid of it.
Don't.
Get rid of it.
Don't.
What do you want to say about it?
I think that this did accomplish something.
No, it didn't.
In the fact that
What
Arya the whole time had been like, oh, I want to be no one because all
really,
my family's dead.
She never really wanted to be no one.
And then
I think she just had nowhere to go.
Everything that happened in these past 2 seasons has showed her that she does not want to be no one. Because, like, I think that she actually thought that she wanted to be no one.
I don't think so.
But then everything that happened to her was just like, this is not what I want to do. Like...
Right. Which is... I'm not talking from in-universe. I'm talking from as a piece of me... As a story. As a story, right? You can just look at... All right. So in Season 2, you could say Arya Stark's whole plotline in Season 2, the point of that was to kind of show her... the real world. She's never really seen the real world before, so we show her Harrenhal. We show her the shit that goes on in the real world. Death, people around her dying. We show her what the real world is like. Season 3 is used kind of as, all right, she knows what the real world is. Now we're going to kind of show this little religious aspect. She was kind of more in Season 3. She was less about her and more what was going on around her. Mm-hmm. But we did see her lose Gendry. We saw her kind of like lose people, and she kind of officially became nobody. And Season 4, arguably the most important season for Arya Stark, she was with the Hound, who is an embodiment of her. Her and the Hound are have the exact same personality, basically. And it was very, very cool to see her and the Hound together. And that what that acted is that Arya Stark definitely grew as a person and kind of accepted who she is more, and also embraced her darker and murderous side way more. And then she went here, and I don't know what came out of this. Arya Stark kind of seems like she is coming out of this same as she was before, maybe physically stronger, but I feel like that's less important. And there's nothing really.
I think it's kind of more like set her mind straight.
Whatever.
Because she always carried the coin, and she always looked at the coin and like, that always
Right.
like kind of drove her toward
Right, but I felt like
Bravos.
that was gonna be. I feel like in the books is that something really big is gonna happen there, and it just didn't happen here. And they couldn't think of it. But whatever. All right, Sean, put in one more oysters, clam, and cockles to end this off.
Oysters, clams, and cockles!
Thank you very much. That's it. Arya Stark for the season, I think, is the weakest plot of the season. I'm saying it right now. I hated it, and this just that ending, like
I'd say it's the second weakest. In my
no,
opinion.
it's fucking stupid.
I thought the River Run stuff was pretty weak.
Yeah, but like at least there was last episode it was good. Like Arya Stark was just shitty. I hate her. All right, we're gonna go on to plots we didn't see. One plot we didn't see was Jon Snow and Sansa in the north hanging out, which makes sense. Because we're gonna see him all of next episode for the battle episode, so it makes sense why show him here. I felt like this episode served as, a point where it's the climax of everyone's plot except for Jon and Sansa's plot, which is next episode.
Yeah.
In episode 10 will be the resolution of everyone's plot. So we didn't see Dorne. Not a shock there. I don't even know why I put this on here anymore. We also didn't see any Iron Islands, Theon or Yara, any of that crew.
Yeah.
Which I didn't expect to see them.
We know what they're all doing right now.
Yep,
Anyway.
they're heading to Daenerys. At least Yara and Theon are.
Yep. And then everyone.
Yep.
You're on, and all them are building ships.
Yep. We also didn't see Sam and Gilly. Fuck.
Yeah.
I want to see him get to. I don't want to see him get the Citadel. I want him to be in the Citadel and going around and doing shit. But whatever. We'll talk about. We're not gonna talk about what's gonna happen. We just didn't see him. Whatever. Who cares? Bran Stark we didn't see, which shocked me a little bit.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him for what, 2 episodes in a row?
Yes.
Yeah. Two in a row.
He was 2 episodes ago because he was in 6.
Yeah.
And he was not in 7
or 8. Which is weird because he was gone for a season and now he's gone for like the season again. Basically, he was not in the season that much. Whatever.
He was in episode 2,
2, 3,
5, 6.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, 4. Whatever. He's in half the season and whatever.
I don't think he was in episode 4.
No, he was not.
No.
They took that off for episode 5, which he had the biggest role in. Whatever. We also not seen Winterfell. Makes sense. We're gonna see that next episode. I actually think we're gonna open with Winterfell. I think we're gonna open with Ramsay, but we'll talk about it in a second. So, Bob, tell me what you thought of this episode overall. Go ahead.
In my
You
opinion,
have more positive thoughts than me. You will. Let's just say. I'm not gonna go very kind when I do mine, but you go ahead.
all right. So I
Don't read my notes. Too.
I was just gonna go a quick overview. The Marine stuff not great. King's Landing stuff I liked it.
Yeah, it's good.
River Run there was like
Garbage.
1 or 2 things I liked. But other than that, it was garbage. The Hound I liked pretty much all that stuff, and Arya I liked most of it.
Yeah, all right. I actually
Like this is like
Actually,
no, this is the
believe it or
episode.
not, believe it or not, the Arya stuff I did like most of it too, because I did like Lady Crane and Chase stuff. It's just how they ended it. I felt like I'm looking at as the whole plot as a whole. Really fun. It was just a terrible ending. But whatever. Go ahead.
I liked stuff in this episode, but I've liked everything in the season pretty much so far. So, in my opinion, this is probably the weakest
Yes,
episode
I
of the
agree.
season.
This is definitely the weakest episode of the season, which I feel like hurts more because it's episode 8.
Yeah.
Like this is the episode where shit, almost like the climax of everything, and man, they built up some of these plots really well. I feel like they. Or maybe not the Arya stuff, but they built up the Hound. The Hound they built up so well last episode. That was they built that up so good, and then they just and then River Run they built that up so good, and they were like, and then they built up some of Marine, and they were like, and then King's Landing and whatever. So I felt like the common theme is this episode is no one cares. Am I right? No, no one get it. All right. Common theme in this episode is like this is the climax of the season. Besides the next episode, which is focusing on one plot. So this is the climax, and episode 10 will be the resolution. And the climax is where shit goes down, and man, just whatever.
Yeah. So
really quick, before we go over, we're gonna do some episodes. Overall, let me just say I did not like this. I think this was definitely the weakest episode of the season by far. I would put it at pretty poor. I wouldn't put it at a terrible episode, but I put it at a way below average episode.
Yeah.
Way below my expectations. The weakest episode of the season. It was. I know a few episodes ago I said I hated that episode. This was definitely the weakest one, but I think by far.
I always defend episodes from like people saying like, "Oh, it was the worst of the season," but I think this is the worst of the season.
Weakest of the season. Yeah. I think it was. I think the episode 2 episodes ago I said that was the weakest. It's definitely much weaker than that one. At least that one had some good plots, but whatever. So before we go on to our predictions for episode 9, we're going to talk about who do you think we're going to see left for the season, right? So we already established we're not going to see Varys. So you think we'll see Tyrion in the final?
Yes.
And
In
Dany?
episode 10, yeah.
You think we'll see them? I completely
Yeah.
agree. I think we're gonna actually. I think that might be a good place to start off. Is with them.
Yeah. At the beginning of episode 10.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna see Tyrion and Sunday with all them. King's Landing. We're definitely gonna see. Because let me just put a note right here. I should probably mention it just to be as clear as I can. Next episode is only Jon and Sansa. So basically, what we're doing right now is predicting who's going to be in episode 10.
Yeah.
Basically, like, who is left for this season. So I think we're going to see some King's Landing in episode 10. I don't think too much though. I think they pretty much like. Maybe we'll see a lot, but I think it's going to be set up
Yeah.
mostly.
Maybe see the trial
Yeah.
at the beginning of next season.
Yep. The River Run plot is over. That's definitely done. We're
Yeah.
not going to see any of that in episode 10.
We might,
Maybe a little aftermath.
We might see Brienne and Pod returning to the north.
Well, we'll talk about that in a sec. Maybe we'll see them. Maybe we'll see like an aftermath
Yeah.
of River Run, but barely a little bit. Riverlands with the Hound. I don't think so. I think the Hound is not going to be in episode 10.
I think he will.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they have enough time to go back to him and Beric and Daros. I think they basically Beric was like, we're going to the north, and I feel like that was like a to be continued. See you in season 7. They're going to be going into the north in season 7. I feel like the stuff they're going to want to be focusing on in episode 10 is not going to be the Riverlands. I feel like it's going to be mostly King's Landing, but whatever. Arya and Bravos, definitely not. That plot is absolutely done for the season. There's no way they're going to go back to
Not
that.
going to see Arya.
Nope. So Jon Snow and Sansa will obviously see him next episode, so whatever. Dorne, that's a tough one. Do you think we're going to see Dorne in the season finale? It's very possible. I think if we're going to see them...
I keep having a weird thought.
What?
Like, we might just see, like, a glimpse of Dorne next episode.
Not next episode.
Because it's Battle of the Bastards. And, like, they're...
Yeah, but no, this is not. This is the battle episode. This is a battle episode.
I know.
We're just seeing. No. You can tell how I set up this episode. How they crammed some plots in here is because they know we're not seeing them next episode. And the fact we're gonna see Jon and Sansa. No. Next episode is all the battle stuff. I mean, if you think about the stuff we have to meet with Littlefinger. We have to reintroduce Ramsay. We haven't seen him for half a season, so we got to reintroduce him.
Yep.
Then we're gonna have the actual battle. There's no way. The next episode is a battle episode, which is very. They have it every 2 seasons, and it makes sense. I mean, we have it this season, and we'll have it for the last season.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. It makes total.
In that case, I don't think we'll see Dorne for the rest of the season.
You don't think you're gonna see Dorne episode 10?
No.
No.
I mean, episode 1 of season 7, I think, is the next we're gonna see.
Is the next time?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I could actually see them coming back for episode 10. I could see them maybe. I don't want them to come back, but maybe they'll show a little bit of it. Maybe, or maybe at least they're gonna name drop them. I don't know. I feel like King's Landing. Cersei has so much focus on King's Landing that they're just gonna wait till that's kind of resolved. Maybe Dorne will come back after the whole trial thing.
Yeah.
Iron Islands, Theon and Yara. I think so. I don't think we're gonna see Euron at all. But I think maybe the whole Daenerys plot will end for this season with Theon and Yara showing up.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell is this? And it's Theon and Yara, and then the season. You know what I mean? Kind of like what they did last season. What they did last season with how like Dany left and then like Varys showed up. I feel like they're gonna do that with Yara and Theon. Like them to show up and like for like a second and then end it there. And the next season start off with Theon and Yara and Daenerys hanging out. But man, I want Daenerys to go to Marine. I mean, not Marine. Go to Westeros. So hopefully, somehow in episode 10 they get her there. Sam and Gilly, absolutely. They have to. If they do not show Sam and Gilly in episode 10, I'm gonna be pissed because they would have been in 2 episodes and done nothing. I want them to be at the Citadel, and I honestly thought the season it was gonna be Sam at the Citadel. I didn't think it was gonna be the journey the entire time.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
It ended up like that.
Whatever, man. Brandon Stark, absolutely. We will 100% see Brandon Stark. I think we're gonna see a few flashbacks.
Could, yeah.
I think there might be a big flashback here. I really do. I think we're gonna see a big one. And Winterfell, yeah, obviously, yes. So I think the only plots that really closed right now is Arya Stark, and River Run. I mean, maybe we'll see the little aftermath, but the plots are basically done.
Yeah.
So whatever, man. Whatever. Whatever. I'm just upset. Whatever. Arya's not in the rest of the season, which upsets people. I'm happy. Whatever. Fuck it. I'm mad. All right. Whatever. So episode 9 predictions. This next episode is a battle episode.
Yes.
It's been confirmed. The whole episode is just like how it was with Blackwater, and just like how it was at the Battle of the Wall in season 4. Every 2 seasons we get one of these, and now we have the Battle of the Bastards. That's the name of the episode, by the way.
Yep.
Battle of the Bastards. Ramsay Snow versus Jon Snow. We've seen this coming since 1977, and I'm excited for it.
Yep.
So predictions. Do you think there's gonna be a casualty? That's my first question. Because
What do you mean by casualty? Like,
casualty.
One of the two bastards. Is that what you're talking
No, well, that and I just mean like a main character in general
about?
is gonna die.
Yeah.
You think Ramsay's gonna die?
Could be. Of all the ones most likely to die, he's probably the most likely.
Oh yeah, I think he's probably gonna go.
Maybe Rickon?
Rickon, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I
I
feel
don't know. It's hard.
So-
it's hard to predict deaths in the show, like of main characters.
Yeah, I don't know. Rickon. I mean, Rickon's not. I want to say I'm not talking about Rickon's not really a main character. But main characters, I mean, like John.
People who have
I mean,
storylines.
but John, Sansa, Melisandre, Davos, and Ramsay. One of those five. I mean, because besides Blackwater, we didn't have a casualty in Blackwater, but we had Ygritte die at the Battle of the Wall. So I feel like they got to put a casualty here. I don't know who it's going to be. Do you think? All right, let me just ask you, who do you think's going to win? Because in Melisandre's prophecy, we do see Jon Snow taking down the Bolton banners and putting up the Stark banners. But we also know those prophecies can be mixed. Like, those prophecies aren't always crystal clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe he takes down their banners at Winterfell, but
At a
not
later date.
now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's at a different time. Maybe perhaps
I don't think. Alright, my opinion is there's not going to be like a winner,
a winner per se.
Yeah.
You feel like it's just going to be a battle.
and then like they're going to have to like retreat, and like each side is going to be like devastated. Like
think so.
each side's going to lose a lot of men.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance Tormund will
They're going
die.
to have to like recoil.
What if Tormund dies? Also, I think I'm making a prediction for this right here. I think so. You know the camp that they're at right now.
Yeah.
The same camp that Stannis was
Yeah.
at. It's the same camp that Melisandre burned Shireen at. So perhaps Davos will finally find that out.
Maybe.
I'm waiting for Cena's reaction to that. It's been a whole season. Actually, tomorrow, next week's episode will be literally a whole season since then. So it's gonna be interesting to see his reaction, and then somehow maybe they'll find that out somehow. I don't know. I think it'd be cool if Davos finds that information out, because that will change his whole fucking perspective on this shit.
Yeah.
And that might create inner conflict within Team John. So that'd be a cool inner conflict, and also have the inner conflict between Peter and Sansa. You know, have a bunch of, because the battle episodes need that. They need those.
Yeah.
They had those before. I mean, Blackwater.
Like
We had-
Tyrion and Joffrey.
Tyrion and Joffrey were going at it, and then about the wall we had Sam and what was that guy's name? I forget. And John too. And that guy's he got beheaded in season
Janos
5.
Slynt.
Yeah, Janos Slynt. We had that whole problem within there, and we also with the wildlings we saw Ygritte have problems with other wildlings. So it's cool to have those inner conflicts with the big thing. That's what I like the most about these battle episodes.
Yeah.
I think if that happens, that would be very interesting. Also, I think Melisandre's going to have a big role in this battle. I really do.
Yeah, we haven't seen her. in, like, in a while.
She has had. I mean, she was in episode 1 and she was revealed as old, and then she revived Jon Snow.
And she's had dick to do since then.
And then after that, I think she had one speaking episode, and it was to Davos, and that's it. And she's just been sitting in the background. So I think she's gonna have a big one. I think the opening shot might be of her looking at Winterfell or something. I don't know. I feel like she's gonna have a big role in this because they've been keeping her out, which is very odd to do because when she was with Stannis, she was like the big, besides Davos, like the biggest driving force in that plot line.
Yeah.
So I think that they're gonna go back to her for this. They kind of have to. I mean, they've just been leaving her out so much, and I need to see. I mean, I need to see my Melisandre. I like her.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. So there's also a theory we're going to talk about really quick, or a prediction. We're going to end this off, end our episode off with this episode review off with this. So people are talking about. They're saying that is it the Umbers? Yeah, the Umbers who handed off Rickon are really not on Ramsay's side, and that the dog they put on there was too small to be Shaggy Dog's head. So that the battle's gonna be pretty close, and then they're gonna betray them, and that's what's gonna take it over the line. And that's a
They did refuse to
kneel,
fealty.
and that's a solid theory. There's some holes in it, like why did that Asha die? You know,
Yeah.
that Osha die, and that was kind of lame. And also, why wouldn't they just go in there and wipe out Ramsay? Why when they were in that room, why wouldn't they just kill Ramsay? They had no one around him. So it just seems like a shitty way to kind of do that and hand over Rickon. I mean, they could have just went over there and be like, we will be with you, and then betray them. I don't know why they had to bring Rickon. So I feel like those little things.
Well, I mean, it could be like to try to feed into this theory. It could be like just to try to gain Ramsay's trust.
Right, but I feel like that's a very risky thing to do.
Yeah.
And just not worth it. And I mean, if I feel like that the Umbers either A, are not on their side, or B, their plan sucks and they're shitty at doing it because of that Oshadai. I keep calling it Asha. Oshadai and the head. and bullshit. Whatever. Just fucking
Could.
whatever. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't give a fuck about it.
There's a chance. There's always a chance.
Whatever, man. I don't know. That's a theory. I think that's a good chance of happening, but maybe not. Maybe that wasn't their plan. Maybe when they start to lose, and they betraying the Boltons.
Yeah.
And that'd be cool to see the Boltons get betrayed. If Ramsay dies, who do you think's gonna kill him? Jon Snow or Sansa? You think Sansa?
Yep. If Ramsay dies, it's Sansa.
You think so?
Yeah.
Interesting. That would be like a very like
Either Sansa's gonna kill Ramsay or Ramsay's not gonna die this episode.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we might not get a big casualty. It's possible. I don't know. I suppose we will see next week. So next week we are coming back for an episode review of episode 9. Things are going to be a little different because, I guess there's going to be a few plots. We're going to kind of go to both sides, but we're going to cover the battle episode in a very interesting way. I'm thinking of making next week's episode kind of like a special episode. So we'll figure it out. Next week's going to be, I think, a long one because of the battle one. I think we're going to cover everything in like order as they appear in the episode rather than go to plot to plot considering there's only one plot. So next week's going to be a very different setup than what we usually do, but we can discuss that next week. Overall, you can hear our thoughts. We talked about what we wanted the episode. We talked about who we think is going to show up for the rest of the season. We also talked about what we think next episode's going to have in there. So
Indeed.
I think it's a good place to end it. So tune in next week for our episode review of the Battle of the Bastards.
Yes.
It's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be pretty big. It's probably gonna be probably the biggest episode of the season. I mean, this plot has been
probably not our biggest episode this season. Might be shorter than usual because it's just one plot.
I think it's gonna be
because like our length comes from the multiple plots. Like even the big plots we don't spend a lot of time on.
Yeah,
it's
but
like the fact that
I feel like there's gonna be a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And I feel like what we're gonna do actually is that's what I'm saying is I feel like we're gonna go into way more detail about and we're gonna go to we're gonna go from each scene.
Yeah, from like scene to
We're
scene.
not really gonna skip anything since it's only one plot.
Yeah.
But whatever. Regardless, tune in next week for that. This is Westeros After Hours. Bob's right here.
Hello.
And
Goodbye.
I'm hello. Goodbye. I'm Sean, and see you guys next week for Season 6, Episode 9, The Battle of the Illegitimate Children.
Snow versus snow.
Yes, which snow is deeper? Shovel that shit.
Someday.
That